Greetings, lads and ladettes, and it's your main man, the Mythic Leon, and I finally found the patch notes, the August 9 patch notes. Apparently, well, for my time, this was posted today, but I guess August 9, August 10, whatever. Right. So they still don't have it on the official website. However, they were able to post it on the Discord as of the time of making this video. So we can go through it, usual read through the whole thing, and then I just give some impressions, and then I try to break down the gameplay updates, whatever they've changed there. So yeah, props to Second Dinner and Ben Brode and Infinite Veritas for posting the announcement on the Discord. Alright, so let's get into it. So the August 9 patch notes. Nexus event compensation. With this patch, any gold you've spent on Nexus events will be returned. Additionally, the Jane Foster base card has been granted to all players regardless if you participated in Nexus events. So everyone gets it, even if you did not participate in the Nexus event, because regardless if you participated. Okay, anyway. For new accounts created after this patch, uh, Jane Foster is available in Pool 3. Okay, so everyone does get a copy of Jane Foster, and anyone who makes an account after the patch can get Jane Foster in Pool 3. It's not going to be like the seasonal cards where they're like available 2 seasons after. Okay. Thank you for your feedback and sticking with us as we continue to improve the game. We have big dreams for the future of Marvel Snap. Good to hear. We want to build a game that's here to stay and players love. To do that, we're exploring fair and fun ways to add new cards to the game. As we test new monetization features, we'll strive to provide value and create a player friendly experience. We don't have all the details quite yet, but we'll be hard at work until we do. Okay, so this is basically saying we got the very general negative feedback from the Nexus events and we're rolling them back. Uh, Very commendable. Alright. Hopefully they get a monetization method that works for them and for us. So, yeah. Alright, game updates. Compensation overview. Any gold players spend on Nexus events has been returned. Sadly, I did not spend any. Jane Foster, the Mighty Thor base card has been granted to all current players. Okay, so yeah. For new accounts created after this patch, Jane Foster is available in Pool 3. Okay. General, you can now see your opponent's card backs in the matchmaking screen. Season Pass experience gained from matches now has the same rules as missions. You no longer gain Season Pass experience from matches if you retreat on turn 1, 2, or 3 unless your opponent snapped. Okay, so normally you gain Season Pass experience by playing matches, and they added the retreat on the first half of the game rule, where if you retreat during the first half of the game, you won't get anything. So you have to play until at least turn 4. Alright. We now allow a player to retreat when an opponent snaps back in the same turn. Okay. That's nice. It used to be if you snapped, same turn your opponent snapped, but then you got scared and you don't go to the next turn, so the snap won't take effect yet. Instead of jumping from 1 cubes to 4 cubes, you can just get out of there without having to jump to 4 cubes and then having the option to retreat. Okay, that's good. Let's not reveal the balance updates yet. Gotta sneak there. Um, Art and visual effects updates. Okay. Updated card visual effects for Colossus, the Collector, Black Widow, Arnim Zola, and Cerebro. Alright, card effects. Nice. Audio updates. Updated sound effects for Human Torch, a voiceover. Nice. And the Collector. Added variety to the in-game announcer snap voiceover. Alright, nice. More variations when he says snap. Alright, now let's do the balance patch for the cards. See if I can get all of them here. Alright, it ends at Swordmaster. Let me move myself real quick. There you go. Okay, balance updates. Collector. Old. 2-0. When a card enters from your hand anywhere except your deck, +2 power. New. 2-1. So they buffed him by 1 power, but when a card enters your hand from anywhere except your deck, +1 power. They nerfed him. They nerfed the Collector. Collector's ability to gain power rapidly in many decks is a bit too out of control, especially at his cost. We are reining him in with an adjustment to his power gain potential. Okay. Colleen Wing, 3-5 to 2, a 2-4. Colleen Wing has been buffed to maintain the energy curve of discard cards with Hell Cow now at 4 energy. Alright, they spoiled one of the changes, but I already found out during the in-game client. Uh, that's a buff. Colleen Wing being a 2-4, of course, you want your discard enablers to be as low costed as possible. So this is good. But then it compensates for a buff they'll change to the archetype, which we'll mention at the next one. Hellcow. Hellcow from a 2-6 is now a 4-6. Oh my. Hellcow was the ultimate, the god enabler powerhouse that was a 2-6 and that discarded two cards. Now it's at the same stat line as White Queen. So, dev comment. Hellcow is clearly a very strong card. Yes. So, as we considered what direction to take her change, we decided to adjust the curve of discard effects. Okay, so yeah. They're adjusting the curve of the discard archetype and how we cost them. Discarding 2 is now clearly a beneficial effect. Yes. So we have moved Hellcow's discard multiple effect up to 4 cost to nerf her. We are also subsequently buffing Swordmaster and Colleen Wing. We are yet to see Swordmaster. To 3 cost and 2 cost. Oh, they already mentioned Colleen Wing's a 2 cost and Swordmaster's now a 3 cost. Wow, that's a buff to budget discard as well. Respectively, to maintain our curve of discard cards and help the two out. Yeah, Swordmaster being a 4 cost was terrible. Hellcow is in similar veins, but at least Helicow has the double discard effect, which is much better than Swordmaster's single random discard. Alright. So Kingpin, old. Old effect on reveal, next turn, destroy cards that move here. New effect, when a card moves here on turn 6, destroy it. That's a nerf. We believe that this update to Kingpin will make his functionality more clear and give players more flexibility in when to play him to capitalize on his payoff. Okay, so what they're saying here is that the old Kingpin, if you're playing against move, if you teched it against move, for example, you're expecting your opponent to Heimdall on 6, you were required to play Kingpin on 5. Now with the new text, you can play Kingpin whenever. I think Kingpin's a 3 cost, so whenever you play Kingpin anywhere from turn 3 to 6, the effect will still be relevant. However, it doesn't destroy every single card that moves, it will only destroy one. So if you're trying to catch a Heimdall turn and the Heimdall moves, it only destroys probably the first card that moves into the zone it's placed on. Alright. And it's limited to turn 6, so it's easy to play around. I'd say still a nerf overall. But I like how they mentioned that the functionality is more clear, yeah. So, okay. That's Kingpin for you. Lizard. Oh, baby! From a 2-4, they buffed him into a 2-5. Dev comment? Lizard's performance was extremely weak. Yes, really. So we are giving him an extra power to help him out. Hmm. Well, you're gonna have a harder time fighting the bots. Because all the bots run Lizard. Hmm. Is the Lizard buff relevant? It kinda is. I mean, outside of like the bot play. Hmm. Maybe. Maybe still. Alright. Send. How many changes do we have left here? Three more changes. Okay. So there are a lot of reactions on the Nakia change. So Nakia, old effect. On reveal, give all cards in your hand +2 power. New effect. On reveal, give two cards in your hand +2 power. And they're having a hard time balancing this card, huh? So it's still the same effect, but instead of buffing the whole hand, it only gives two random cards in your hand +2. Dev comment, Nakia had the potential to give massive amounts of power that players could reliably play out by using low cost cards. Yes. We are nerfing the number of cards she will buff in order to keep this ability in check. And then there are a lot of troll despair. These are your Nakia enjoyers, and these are your Nakia haters. Overall, I personally feel like the change is warranted. Nakia is very strong for what it does, and it's super flexible. So those are the card designs that are not that good. When the card is super powerful and it's super flexible enough to be placed in any deck. Preferably you wanted super strong cards, but fit into specific archetypes, you know. So yeah. The way they changed Nakia here still makes it the same thing, just dialed a notch down in terms of power. Flexibility wise, it's still there, but yeah, we've yet to see if people will continue to run this card. Okay. Rescue. Rescue used to be a 5-5 on reveal. If you play a card here next turn, +5 power. It's now a 4-4 with the same effect. Okay. Rescue is a pull 3 card, which is Pepper Potts, if I am not mistaken. Yes. So, the wife of Tony Stark. Rescue's performance is very weak right now, so we are adjusting her down to 4 cost, 4 base power to make her more competitive. Mm, yeah. So the thing is with old Rescue, you were guaranteed to play your turn 6 on the same space as Rescue, which limits deck building as well. Because if you wanted to run a 6 drop, you had to like do 5 drop, 6 drop in one zone, and it's quite easy to play around. This way, you can play Rescue on 4 if you have it on 4, and then turn 5 you can play there, and your turn 6 is more flexible. Oh, so good buff. That's a buff overall, of course. Low cost and adjusted powers generally a buff, not always, but yes. Alright, and we're down to the last change. Swordmaster from a 4-7 down to a 3-6. Dev comments Swordmaster has been buffed to maintain the energy curve of discard cards with Hellcow now at 4 energy. Alright, so in terms of the entire discard archetype, the curve is still the same. So that means your 4 drop that was Swordmaster, which no one ran. I mean, not really no one. I personally did not run this card because it's terrible at as a 4 cost. Down to a 3 drop. And your old 3 drop, which was Colleen, is now a 2 drop. And your old 2 drop, which was Hellcow, is now a 4 drop. So they did just a switcheroo there. And but the thing is though, Hellcow as a 4 drop is more playable than what Swordmaster was as a 4 drop because Hellcow's effect is much stronger than Swordmaster for obvious reasons. Two cards, discarding two cards better than discarding one. So most likely you'd still want to play that card as an upgraded version of this card. But bumping down Swordmaster to a 3 drop means that the budget version or the pool 1, pool 2 version, if you don't own anything pool 3, the discard archetype in the budget level is stronger. They didn't adjust anything in the other archetypes. Mauve was not addressed in this patch, nor was Kazar, nor was what else is an archetype? The other mid-range archetypes are okay. They're fine. So yeah. So the general impression in this patch was we're adjusting the discards, which is an overall nerf still because Hellcow's OP. The budget discard is buffed because Swordmaster's cheaper. The mid-range option of Lizard is a more respectable option, kind of sus, but makes your matchups against the bots harder. Nakia being a jackhammer solution to slot in every deck is slightly weaker. Cards that saw no play like Rescue, might he play now? Yes. Collector, which they viewed to be a way too powerful card for for what it does, is now nerfed. Warrant, very much warranted. It's kind of like Nova in terms of like not as strong as like peak Nova, but like almost to that power level. So yeah, they dialed down the collector as well. And Kingpin was nerfed, but they made the effect just make more sense. But the old Kingpin was fun. I'm gonna be honest. So the nerfs are collector, Kingpin, Nakia, and Hell Cow or Pool 3 discard. The buffs are Colleen, Lizard, Rescue, Swordmaster, and Budget discard. So yeah, that's the balance update that we have for the August patch. Nice. Expect that our next patch will be early September yet again. So yeah, we're gonna have approximately 3 to 4 weeks with this one. All right, let's head on to the other changes. We don't have much else here. Yeah, we're about to finish. Just other changes and bug fixes. All right, Jane Foster has been added to Pool 3. So is Wave. Yeah, it's been 2 months, right? So the counting it, does it count its own month? So every other season. So we're at season 3. The season 1 Wave card is now in Pool 3. So if you wanted to play Wave Ramp, try to open Wave if you can, and you're popping off. Um, Jane Foster can now appear from effects that add random cards. Okay, such as Agent 13 or Expansion. Bug fixes fixed an issue that would sometimes cause mysterious small cards to be visible after upgrading cards from common to uncommon. UI changes fixed an snap soft lock that could happen when playing Scarlet Witch on Nidavellir. My friends mentioned this one. Hopefully it's fixed. Added the missing milestone reward chests in the mission screen. Yes. Okay, so it wasn't just me. My client used to be when you opened the mission screen, the milestone chests in the middle of the track from like 5 to 35, I believe. There was like there were just empty spaces there. And then if you unlocked it, they were just radiating without anything there. So now there is. And that's good. So yeah, very obvious bugs. Anything else here? Yeah, not much. They show the featured location, which is Hell's Kitchen, which means we'll be playing Kazar. And spoiler alert, the contenders for me now for the strongest budget deck is going to still be Kazar. and probably but and discard. So discard and Kazar are your top guns right now for the budget pool. For like pool three though, I'm quite unsure on what like the pool three meta looks like. I think sorry, discard was still the top gun for pool three meta, but now they nerfed pool three discard with the nerf to Hellcow. We're yet to find out. Might still be good, which means you might have to play Swordmaster now. Anyway, we'll figure that out. So that's pretty much it. That's our um, August 2022 balance patch. I hope you all liked it. If you don't, or if you do, have anything to share, comment down below. You like the video, hit a like. You want to see more, hit the subscribe. If you want to be notified, press the bell. Bing bang boom, baby. Alright, I'll see y'all lads and ladettes whenever I do. So, and take care, stay dummy thick. Alright, goodbye.